is an Emmy and Golden Globe winning actor who you can see in the big new film Godzilla vs. Kong, which is in theaters and on HBO Max on March 31st. Please welcome Alexander Skarsgård. That's what I'm talking about. Look at you, stud. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a while since last you were on the show, and I was reading that you've been really dedicating the past few months to drawing and artwork.
Sounds kind of pretentious, but in the beginning of the lockdown a year ago, I wanted to stay creative and not just stare into the wall. So I started drawing, and hadn't done much of that before, but I got really into it, went deep down the rabbit hole of, in the beginning it was mostly like croquis stuff and rough drawings, but then...
Croquis, is that like a style of drawing?
Yeah, and then it evolved into more portrait mode and more detailed drawing. I got into the kind of the geometry behind it to get the proportions right, and I've probably spent a couple of thousand hours now just drawing.
Wow.
It's that like my Malcolm Gladwell's theory that, well, I don't know if the 10,000 hours.
Yeah, you become a master.
I haven't reached that level quite, but I've spent a good part of the past year just drawing portraits and still life and basically everything.
Do you have any drawings nearby that you can maybe show us? I'd love to see a couple.
Yeah. It's a bit embarrassing. I haven't shown a lot of people this because I've been so isolated, but...
Well...
yeah. So... This is my mom's dog.
Okay. Wow.
And, yeah, it's my mom's dog.
Amazing.
And when I drew it, it was actually just standing, but I wanted it to be more kinetic and have more light.
Yeah, of course. So you added... Because the dog... So the dog was standing when you saw it, but yeah, you wanted to add a little movement to it. Yeah,
creative freedom. Freedom.
Absolutely. That's what I meant to say. Congratulations. Any others?
Well, yeah, and part of the training was also kind of to draw reproductions of the old classics. So I have Michelangelo.
Oh, of course. Okay. Well. Okay, that's interesting. No, you're right. That angle's correct.
And I basically, like, when I drew this, I don't even remember doing it. Like, I put pen to paper, and then I kind of zoned out, and then...
At what point do you zone out?
Well, basically, when I put pen to paper on this one, I don't even remember drawing it, and then I looked up, and I was like...
Wow.
Wow.
That's exactly how I would do.
I wasn't even religious before I started doing this, but when I looked down, I was like, I saw God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
again,
of course.
I don't even know if I did it or like, the hand of God is drawn by the hand of God.
Honestly, Alexander.
And then I took a stab at the most classic of them all, the most classic masterpiece, Mona Lisa.
That's actually not bad.
I wanted, like, I'm not quite happy with the enigmatic smile. I'm still working on that.
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it perfect. I have a lot of questions. I look at that and I have a lot of questions, just like the real work of art.
Do you really?
Yep. I question a lot.
Man.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. Buddy, I always love having you on the show. Congrats on Godzilla vs. Kong, because people are saying right now it's on track to become the biggest box office since the pandemic started, and I'm excited about it. Can you set it up a little bit? Like, why is Godzilla fighting King Kong?
Well, in the last Godzilla movie, that one is called Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and the outcome is kind of in the title. By the end of the movie, he is the king, and he's the apex predator on the planet, and everyone agrees. And then in this movie, Kong basically shows up, and it was because he wasn't in King of Monsters, and Kong is like, hold my banana while I spanked his lizard.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hold my banana
that's
while I
kind of the
spank
setup.
this lizard. Yeah. That was
And
the
that's
original.
not metaphorically
That was the original
speaking. That's like
tagline of the
literally.
movie.
Yeah.
But they didn't use it.
Yeah.
But without giving away spoilers, Tariq and I have a bet. Godzilla versus Kong, you have to make a bet. Do you have a preference? Who are you betting on? And did you have a preference, like growing up?
Well, wait. So Jimmy, who did you bet on?
I bet on Kong. King Kong, by the way.
So not me, basically.
Well, this is before I talked to you.
Right. It is Godzilla versus Kong versus Alexander Skarsgård.
Yes! And that I would take the
The
bet.
three titans.
I would take Alexander Skarsgård all the time, every single time. That's the king. You're the king of all men. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's King Kong fighting off Godzilla in Godzilla versus Kong. Take a look at this. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, buddy. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on the show every single time. You're one of my faves. Alexander Skarsgård, everybody.
Thank you.
Godzilla vs. Kong is in theaters and streaming on HBO Max starting March 31st.